Letters to Lisa. Recording 9. Compilation 2. Vanished. This is the latest discovery in my postbox, and it's not even a letter. It seems to be a typed transcript of a taped police interview that has been photocopied. I'm not even sure if that is legal or not, and I have no idea who got hold of it to send it to me or why. It's very faded, which is not surprising as the date on it says 1975. We were all a lot less faded in those days. On first reading it, I noticed several handwritten comments next to some of what it said between the policeman and someone he is interviewing called Harry Watson. It seems to be about his wife having disappeared. I can't read the handwriting as it is tiny and very faded. My eyes are not up to deciphering it, which is a shame, as it may help me understand just what I am supposed to do with this rather bizarre bit of information. There is a note stuck to the last page, which I shall get to after I record the following interview. It starts with the policeman, who is called D.S. Hamilton. I think D.S. stands for Detective Sergeant. For the tape, this is D.S. Hamilton commencing this interview at 10:06 a.m. on Saturday the 1st of November 1975 at High Bingham Police Station. Please can you state your name, age and address for the record?
My name is Harry Watson. I'm 46 years old and live at Fairfax Drive, Little Bingham. And my wife has vanished. Gone missing.
We will get to that, Mr. Watson. So, to start at the beginning, you said in your report to the desk sergeant that your wife, Stella Watson, has been missing from your home since yesterday evening. Is that correct?
Yeah, but things had led up to it that I need to tell you.
As I said, we will get to that. Can you start by telling me what time yesterday you saw your wife in person so we can ascertain exactly how long she has been gone?
Well, I already told the other man at the desk. It was yesterday evening when she was getting ready to go to that gathering, that women-only so-called Halloween gathering, over at the meadow. That was where the older sister, the tall one with the long silver hair, lived.
You had a conversation with your wife, face to face. How did she seem to you then?
Well, when I say I saw her reflection in the hall mirror. Well, we just had a row, to be honest. She was getting ready to go to this party thing, so I just said, goodbye and see you later. When I turned around, she wasn't there.
I don't quite understand. How can you have seen her reflection if she wasn't in the same room?
Exactly. This kind of strange thing has become a regular occurrence since she met those ghastly women, those sisters. Ever since then, things have been getting more and more weird.
Mr. Watson, maybe you should start at the very beginning, when your wife met these women.
It's obvious, innit? They clearly targeted her. They seemed to be suddenly in our lives, all of the time. I would get home from work and there they would be, almost every evening, sitting close together on the sofa, whispering together. On my sofa! Dorothea, that was the older one's name. She used to sit so close to Stella, she was practically in her lap. Oh, it really hurt me. And the younger one, what was her name? Bethany. She had these weird eyes, shiny, like painted glass, and would stare at me accusingly whenever I tried to make conversation in my own home. They were on a mission to make me feel unwelcome in my own home. I'm telling you, and it only got worse.
Are you trying to say that you think these women, Dorothea and Bethany, had a deliberate intent to estrange you and your wife?
Yeah. That was their intent, all right. They have abducted her. They wanted her with them in their cult, or whatever it is that they are part of. Otherwise, she would have come home. She's never, ever not come home. Can you start a search party? What are we waiting for? I've already rung all the hospitals in the area and there's no sign of her.
Let's keep calm, Mr. Watson. I don't suppose you have an address or phone number for these women, or even a surname.
Nah, All I know is the older one lives somewhere called the Meadow. That was where this gathering was taking place, and they kept talking on and on and on about it. How Stella had to go with them there. Oh, but I never got any of her details. Stella had it all in her notebook, which, of course, is missing as well.
Let's continue with why you think they seemed such a bad influence on your wife.
They were malevolent. That is what they were. And soon after they came into our lives, Stella started to be different.
In what way?
To act differently. She stopped eating. She didn't sleep at night. And once I found her in the bathroom and she was just staring at the wall. She'd been in there for over an hour, just sitting there. She didn't even seem to know why she was even in there.
And you think these women were somehow responsible?
Yeah, and other things. Other things started to happen in the house with no explanation. Plates broke in our kitchen. I would take out a plate or a bowl from the kitchen cupboard and it would be cracked in two. All the clocks kept stopping. No matter how much I wound them, even my digital watch gave up. Plants died for no apparent reason. My clothes would suddenly have rips and tears in them, even when I had not worn them, and they were still hanging in the closet. I began to get scared of my own wife. In my own house. I thought they were turning her against me. They meant harm, those women. I could feel it. I started to wonder if they were somehow getting Stella. Well, I don't know how. Using drugs, hypnosis to hurt me.
That is a very serious allegation, Mr. Watson. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
No, of course I don't. Well, they're much too clever to leave any evidence. My wife has gone missing, and on Halloween. It's like some sick kind of horror movie. Oh, please, can you start trying to find her?
You may have to come to terms with the fact that your wife left willingly with these women. She may have wanted to make a clean break and leave without having to confront you.
Oh, she would never leave me. Never. She was not herself after she met those two. It was as if she was under a spell, a power that...
Are you saying witchcraft, Mr. Watson? I know it's Halloween, but really...
What are these then? Look, these scratches that appeared on my arms and neck after I asked Stella not to see these women anymore. They've not faded either. In fact, they seem to be getting redder and more painful with each passing hour.
Mr. Watson, think carefully before you answer this question. But did you and your wife get into a physical fight before she left? Did she give you those scratches?
What? Nah, she wasn't even in the same room when these appeared on me. How can I make you believe me?
I think we should leave it there for now. We have a warrant to search your property for anything that will help us locate your wife. And we will try to find these two women, Dorothea and Bethany, at the Meadow.
You must find her. They mean harm, those two. I'm telling you, they...
Oh, Mr. Watson, your nose, it's bleeding. You have a nosebleed.
Oh, God. There she is. Oh, she's back. She's here, Stella. Where have you been? What's happened to you?
Mr. Watson, please calm down. There is no one else in this room. Why are you looking behind me at the wall? We will suspend the interview. Interview suspended at 10.
Can't you see her? Them. All of them. They are all here. They've got her.
Mr. Watson, there is no one else.
Oh, that is where it ends. Just cuts off mid-sentence. It is as if there should be another page to the interview, but it is missing. Oh, there is just the attached note that I mentioned, which reads...
A large black stain appeared on the tiled wall of the police station interview room, which was not there prior to the Watson interview, and remained there until the following morning, when it then vanished, as mysteriously as it had appeared. Mr. Watson was found dead in his bed that evening. His wife, Stella Watson, was never recovered. Neither were the two women, Dorothea or Bethany, who apparently befriended her. I became ill soon after this interview took place, and decided to take early retirement some weeks later. I will never get over the expression on Harry Watson's face when his nose began to bleed as he saw what he thought was his wife behind me in that room. Although I did not see anything, I felt it, and what I felt in that room I knew to be truly evil. Signed, D.S. Calvin Hamilton.
That was Letters to Lisa. Recording 9. Compilation 2. Vanished. Written by Philippa Harland. Read by Caroline Lawrie.